All right, cool. All right, hey, Faith, it's your girl Jigalodeon here for 953 Jams, and we have Geechie Dan in the building.
Yep.
First of all, I just want to say welcome to Houston.
Thank you.
We are happy to have you here. Oh, Lord. You know, well, never mind. I'm not going to talk stuff about Southern people during your interview. But, since you're new to Houston, can you give us a little bit about you?
Well, I'm originally from Queens, New York, from Farmers Boulevard. Grew up in the area where LL Cool J, big salute to the GO, he's 7 blocks away from me in one direction.
You kind of give me that kind of vibe.
FUBU, the clothing line, they 6 blocks away from me. Intro, my man Jeffrey Sanders from Intro, the R&B group Intro, he's 5 blocks away from me in another direction. Then you got Tribe Called Quest on Linden Boulevard.
Oh, yes.
They 9 blocks away from me. And then you got DMC from Run DMC, he's 4 blocks away from me. Jam Master Jay, rest in peace to Jay, he was 6 blocks away from me. Ja Rule, he's from Woodhall Hollis, so he's about 11 blocks away from me in another direction. You got Ed Lover, he's 8 blocks away from me. Hype Williams, the producer, he's 7 blocks away from me. So when you got Salt and Pepper, not, you know what I'm saying, they are 2 miles away from me. 50 Cent from Southside Queens, Nicki Minaj,
oh Lord,
Lost Boys, Onyx, Organized Confusion. So you got all these people. That's just circumference, like,
right,
you know, maybe a half a mile to a mile out.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got, you know, Corona, you got Beat Nuts, you got Cool G Rap, then you got MC Shan from Queensbridge, Craig G, Marley Marl, Roxanne Shante, Mobb Deep, Nas, Capone.
Selling
you got
me
Nori.
On to New York.
You get what I'm saying? You got Nori. You got Nori in Left Rack City. You know, so you got all these people from Queens. Kwame, Kid and Play. You know, they from East Elmhurst. So it's like, God. Miss Jones, she's from Astoria. So growing up in Queens is like, when you walk outside and you see Salt and Pepper drive by in the Jetta. You see LL driving by in the new Benz. And you see Bimmy, and you see all these heroes, neighborhood heroes that was able to be successful in hip hop and rap music. So for me to come out with collecting tapes since 1982.
Pretty dope. That's foreign to what they know nowadays.
Yeah. When I first told people that I was gonna go back to New York after, you know, going through a bad situation in Atlanta and returning back to New York, and I told, you know, several people what I wanted to do, they just laughed at me. They're like, oh, like I was gonna play cobweb tapes on the radio. They didn't understand that I converted these tapes to CD and MP3.
Oh my God.
They just thought that I was just gonna play the tape.
That's what I thought. I've been fine with both. Like, take it back. So I'm distracted now. So what do you have? What are you holding? What tapes are those?
These tapes, okay, this is the original tape. I got a tape of Grandmaster Flash, Furious 5, and Zulu Nation. This is 1979.
Oh wow.
This tape is autographed by Grandmaster Flash himself. The next tape I have, Grandmaster Vic from Southside Jamaica, Queens, Organized Confusion, it's on here, Pharoah Monch. And I got Biz Markie on the 1s and 2s, and he's MCing.
Nice.
And so, yeah, this is a nice 1991. It's a park jam in Southside Jamaica, Queens, in Baisley Park. New Sounds, this is one of my oldest tapes. This is at the Superstar Cafe. This was a disco rappers contest. 1976. This tape is this party is 50 years old, and it's clean and it's clear.
And it looks, first of all, I don't even know how you preserved those for so long. They literally look like you just got them today.
So now all these, you know, the physical tapes is backed up on, like I stated earlier, CD and MP3 files, and then I have everything backed up on a hard drive and then thumb drives and all my computers. My Apple computer.
Cool.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So then from collecting the tapes, I started rapping and emulating what was on the tapes. You know, instead of saying their name, I was saying my new name, Geechie Dan, which I got from the movie Uptown Saturday Night.
What was the old name?
Huh?
What was your old name?
Bob Hope.
Okay.
I was goofy. But I said, let me get a name that I wanted to have that I wanted to rap, and MC and so I said everybody had MC this and MC that. So I said Geechie Dan. My favorite movie's Uptown Saturday Night. Daniel's my real name. It just fits. So Geechie Dan was born. And then I went out and started, going in the neighborhood and testing my skills and see where I, who I, compared and go up against. And LL was one of the first individuals. And I called him out. He didn't call me out. So, so respect to him because he wasn't a battle rapper. But people always seem to try to bring him in.
I miss battle rap.
You know what I'm saying? They try to get at him. And the MC, you know how you got to do. You got to let people know. Mm-hmm. So he let me know. I called him out. I had to go first. That's the rule. You call somebody out, you got to go first. So I called him out. It didn't work for me. So it's all good. We've been friends for over 40 years, and he support everything that I do.
That's nice.
He brought me on LL, on his platform, on LL Cool J Rock the Bells Radio, Sirius XM. And I've been having a show called Planet of the Tapes where I play snippets of my tape collection.
I love that.
So my tape collection is 100? No, 1,200.
That's a big difference.
1,200.
That's a big difference from 100.
Yeah, 1,200. 1,200. So we're talking tapes. About, huh?
You have 1,200 tapes.
Tapes. I got more than that, but we're talking about just parties, block parties, house parties, park jams, clubs, skating rings, freestyles, old radio shows from 1975 to present day. So I'm talking about first time.
Oh my gosh.
First time Bismarcky on the microphone. 14 years old, 1979. He was at a house party in Brentwood, Long Island. So I got that tape. I got a tape of Shyrock, the original Funky Four, 1978. This one right here that I mentioned earlier about the Superstar Cafe, New Sounds. This is 1976. So we're talking about early LL Cool J, early Jay-Z, early Nas, Big Daddy Kane, Rakim, 50 Cent, Tribe Called Quest, Mikey D. So I got tapes of all these individuals. I got Ice Cube, I got DC tapes, I got Go-Go, I got a lot of.
You got Go-Go? Do y'all hear that? So all right, so let me find out we friends now.
Yeah, so I got some Go-Go jams from different universities and places they was rocking.
You played that on the show too?
Huh?
You played that on your show too?
I did a Go-Go tribute.
No way!
About 2-3 years ago.
You see why I like up north, you know what I'm saying? Texas, they would never. They would never do that.
Yeah, I got a bunch of Go-Go jams, parties and stuff that I converted as well to, from tape to CD to MP3.
So your show is on the air now. Like people can tune
Planet
in today.
of the Tapes, yes.
Planet of Tapes or Planet of the Tapes?
Planet of the Tapes.
Planet of the Tapes, y'all. Make sure y'all tune in on Rock the Bells Radio.
Yes.
ASAP, especially if you're from up north, you're not hearing me. If you're from up north, he's giving the vibe, especially if you old school or just like old school, he is giving more than a vibe. It seems like a whole experience over there at Rock the Bells, okay?
Yes.
That's dope. So I see you collect a lot of tapes. Is that like your thing? Do you collect anything else?
I used to have a large collection of comic books.
Oh, wow.
I had a massive comic book collection growing up in Queens in my neighborhood. I had a stamp collection. I had a baseball card collection. I sold my baseball card collection. I lost my stamp collection in storage, moving around.
Mm-hmm.
I lost my comic book collection, giving away comic books, never got them back. Just ruined my whole, collection. So, but God blessed me to keep my tapes. Everywhere I went, I had my tapes with me.
I love
everywhere.
That. And then you have them with you right now too.
Right, they come with me everywhere.
So you've been involved with hip hop for like a really long time. Like
since
obviously
82. I've been.
So this is a real legend, y'all.
I'm not no legend.
No shade.
Stop.
No shade.
Stop.
This is a real
Stop. I'm not no legend.
I'm not gonna give shade to Houston, but they love this term legend out here.
I see.
And then they just come out like.
I'm not no legend.
I'm
just someone
gonna
that loves
put you on the
hip-hop.
legend list.
But everybody says I'm one, but okay.
I feel like it.
I appreciate it.
I like it. You do things that we miss because we just don't have that anymore.
Yeah, and that's why, speaking of that, that's why I created the Rap Music Hall of Fame.
Yes, and I was just about to get into that before I was nosy about how long, like why you've been doing this for so long. Like you've been involved with hip hop for a long time. What keeps you passionate about that?
My mother told me that I was never going to be successful.
Oh.
And nothing. And I wanted to show her and anybody else, you're wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be successful in something I love. I feel like if you're going to be on this earth and you don't do nothing while you here, you don't make an impact, you don't make a stamp, you don't, what's the purpose? And see, I tell people I wanted to do something passionate that I love. So I said, let me turn my passion into my purpose.
Right.
And ultimately, it will lead me to my destiny.
Mm-hmm.
That's a term that I created because I felt like people should concentrate more on their passion and not give up and have faith in their passion. And why don't you make your passion plan A? A lot of people plan A, and then if that don't work, they go they resort to plan B.
Yeah.
Why would you have to make plan B if you stick with plan A?
Ooh. Okay.
So,
I like it. So
go ahead.
I'm sorry. Did you want to finish?
No. I just want everybody to know this, that if you're passionate about something, while you're here on this earth, go for it. The worst thing somebody say is no. You just say, okay, no problem, I appreciate you, and then you go and knock on somebody else's door. And then it I hate to say this, but I grew up in the Jehovah's Witness. I grew up in the Kingdom Hall. Yeah, so the rejection of knocking on different people's doors, going out in field service, taught me that, okay, just because that one person wasn't interested in hearing, about the last days on earth and, Jesus Christ coming back and Jehovah. Okay, I get it. Go to the next door. So if my mother had me out there for 3-4 hours, Saturday morning, Sunday morning, I felt like, let me make the best of it.
Right.
I have to be out here 13, 14 years old. So I said, dang, I don't want to be out here. But since I'm out here, all right, fine. I'll try to make the best of it. So, the rejection is going to come. So, after being rejected for so many hours out in field service and people saying no, I said, well, it's going to be somebody somewhere along the line in the next 3 hours that I'm out here, somebody's going to say yes. And that taught me a lot in life. It taught me that, okay, just because you get one rejection or 2 rejections doesn't mean that you give up.
Period. I love that. And if anybody's interested in sales, that's exactly the mindset that you need to have. Exactly that. So let's talk about tomorrow. What inspired you to create the Texas Rap Music Hall of Fame and Cultural Excellence Award?
Well, I saw there's a void in the ornament business. Big void. And I wanted to fill that void. I wanted to make a correction in that. And because I saw that it wasn't being done, and if it is being done, it's not done correctly, it's not done right, and it's, overlooking people that really contribute to this big pot of gumbo called hip hop. And so I came up with, after working with the Hip Hop Hall of Fame in Harlem and working with the National Hip Hop Museum in Washington, D.C., which I'm still affiliated with.
My first time there was really like a month ago.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they had an event there, I believe.
Oh.
Yep. So, yeah, big shout out to them. And so I felt like, honoring is, real big for me. And we're losing a lot of our pioneers over the years. We lost JDL recently. We lost Bambaataa. We lost Rob Bass recently. Sequence, Blondie, Angie Stone. We lost quite a few of, Sparky D recently.
Yeah.
We losing pioneers, Pimp C, here in Texas, DJ Screw, so I felt like I need to create a situation where we bring back the essence of honoring, and I wanted to do that, but I had to pay some dues. I felt like with working with OJ, I was like, working overtime, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Working with different other institutions and getting some, getting some knowledge and getting some wisdom from them, and eventually move on to creating a new situation, my situation, the Rap Music Hall of Fame.
Nice.
And, I'm just honored to be here in Houston, giving flowers. I want to give flowers to individuals here in Texas, and I want to give them to them now before they leave us.
Nice.
And I just felt like we need to do more of that, and I felt like we need to do more of that across the board in rap music, in genre of music, and it's not being done. I'm not going to sit around and wait for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame to induct individuals, my hip hop heroes, on their timeline. So I said, you know what? I'm not going to be able to go back and forth with people and tell people how to run their business and who to honor and who not to honor, and I'm not doing that. So I said, you know what? I'm going to create my own, and that's where I come up with the Rap Music Hall of Fame, where we honor everyone that contribute to hip hop and to rap music.
Okay, so why did you come to Texas? We got 50 states. Why you choose Texas?
I chose Texas. I saw that me and my co-host Diamond the Artist, we did a tribute to Southern artists a year ago, and I couldn't believe the dope artists that came out of Texas, out of Houston. I was like shaking my head like, yo, this artist is dope. And people in New York are biased. It's not about you guys all the time. And I appreciated that these guys and these brothers and sisters in Houston created and did it their way. And they sound like Houston. They don't sound like New York. They sound like them. They being themselves. They doing their music here, this culture. Mm-hmm. So I kept thinking, I said, dang. And then here comes Brittany, upscale. She comes at me and says, Geechie, you like to do an event in Houston? I said, sure. So we just had a discussion, and then the discussion led into honoring some of the pioneers and some of the legends and some of the icons. Then it led into some honoring some of the newbies, some of the new artists of today, because I always believe in bridging the gap.
Yeah, that's important.
It's this was to the artists of today to where it is today. So we have to bridge the gap from what was to what is, and each generation, has to be able to say, hey, I want to learn more about you and what you do and with your music that you put out, and then learn about the pioneers that set the tone, the music that they put out, and learn about the artists and learn about their music, and research them and appreciate what they did for the city of Houston.
Right.
And then here I am in Houston giving out awards and we had a contest, you know, nominating different peoples. And I said, well, instead of, why don't we just make it a situation where not only that we honor pioneers and icons and legends, let's honor some of the newbies and some of the people that's doing what they do here in the city of Houston. Radio personnel, TV, movies, Congress people. Let's honor everybody. Why not? Let's do it.
Right.
Then my brother Peter, hey, why don't you come up and discuss this on the radio show? Hey, by the way, there's a restaurant owner that wants to be involved with you do, huh? What? You serious? Oh, by the way, there's another restaurant owner. I'm like, are you kidding me? For real? So it just one thing led to another. And I was like, how did this? But the funny thing is, I dreamed about this years ago. I dreamed that I wanted to have a situation where I could reach everyone. I wanted it to be a global situation. I wanted it to be an iconic situation. I wanted it to be a situation that had an impact. And so I said, you know what? Let's start with Houston. And then we're going to go and see if we can go to, you know, let's do this, you know, we're going to duplicate it and go to Los Angeles, Oakland, and Seattle, Las Vegas, Atlanta, Miami, you know, Memphis, Toronto, and then I dream big. Australia.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? South Africa, London, Dubai.
Yeah.
You know, they got artists there that they need to be honored. So let's make this a situation where we honor everybody.
I like it. So for tomorrow, what do you want people to take away from the event? Like people who not honorees but attendees. Like what do you expect them to receive from your award ceremony that they couldn't receive at another one?
I want them to be appreciated. I want them to see the love, the passion that I have in honoring.
Okay.
I want them to feel that through the ceremony, through the event. I want them to get to know me personal. You know, I'm approachable. You know, just come up and, you know, and you know, like I said, I just want everybody to feel what I feel, what I love. My passion is incredibly big, strong, and it gravitates towards people. And people like, I love how you are. I love your passion about you.
Yeah.
So I want that to be, you know, reflected out through the event and, you know, the ceremony. I want people to really enjoy and think about honoring. Once I leave Houston, I want them to think about continuing the practice of honoring.
Right.
Honor your mother and your father. Honor those that's older than you, the elderly. You know, continue doing the right thing by your employer, your wife, your kids, and continue honoring and putting that more out in the universe. Like I said, I'm real big on that, and I just think that it'll resonate, you know, once I'm here and once I share that and once I, you know, the event tomorrow would definitely show that.
Cool. I love it. Look, I don't got no more questions. I feel like he's just killing it here. All right, so before we let you go, as we celebrate Texas Rap History,
right?
What is the message you got for Houston?
The message I have is basically turn your passion into your purpose, and ultimately it will lead you to your destiny.
Yes, I love that. And where can they find you on social media?
Geechie Dan Official. I'm on IG and Threads as Geechie Dan Official, and plain old Daniel Chamberlain on Facebook.
Period. All right, y'all. Thank you for tuning into 953 Jams. And before you go to the award ceremony tomorrow, make sure you tune into Surviving A Sagittarius radio show from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Central Time. And remember, y'all are my faves, but I know I'm y'all favorite too. Later, faves.